Good morning everybody, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday. The sun is out again. It looks like it's going to be warm again. Bright sunshine through the window early in the morning. So good morning everybody. I hope everybody had a great evening last night. I'm at home in my flat in Rochester. And I haven't got any plans to do anything today. I like staying at home. It's my own gym. It's my own personal space without, getting into, what do you call it? I have seen so many people getting upset in gyms, crying in toilets because they've been picked on. I have seen so many videos on TikTok of people being bullied. I'd rather stay at home by myself. Now, is that wrong? Is that wrong? It's not that I don't like confrontations. And I'm not scared of people. I can stand up for myself, but I don't want my day ruined. I don't want people upsetting me. So I stay away from them. I'm not saying everybody's like that, because they're not. They're not. I don't like social situations because I've gone through a lot through my life and I don't like it. But I am protecting my mental health. I'm protecting myself, and I sit in my flat minding my own business and I get picked on. It's ridiculous. I'm not a mad cow. I stand up for myself, and if someone is accusing me of doing something I haven't done, yes, sometimes I get really angry. If somebody starts harassing me, taking the piss out of me, I'm going to stand up for myself. And if I come across as a mad cow, well, you shouldn't have interfered in my business in the first place and messed around with me, because I am going to stand up for myself. It doesn't mean I'm mad. It means that I'm protecting myself from other people that are doing wrong things towards me. So it's a lovely day today. The sun is out, but I really don't want to go anywhere. No, I don't. I get annoyed easily. I don't like social situations, and you shouldn't force somebody to do something they don't want to do or be in a place where they don't want to be in. Everybody's different. There's introverts, there's extroverts, there's people that like their own peace and quiet, there's people that like to be exuberant, go around pushing themselves into people's faces. Not me. I like to stay behind the scenes and I observe, and I go out for walks. I don't want to really stop and chat to people. I'll say hello if someone speaks to me, but I'm not one for going up to people anyway. So there you go. Last night I went out on the field and it was hot sunshine still. I had my jacket on and I was just keeping myself to myself and minding my own business. I just want to walk my dog. And I mean, there's a load of people out there like me that go, I just want to walk my dog, and oh my God, someone comes over and starts chatting for hours when you just want to get on with your own business, etc. There are a lot of people there that like talking to each other. They stay up there for ages, right? I don't want to gossip about somebody else, and I don't want to get involved in things, so I keep myself to myself. I did think there was was I different to everybody else? But there's a lot of people like myself that would much prefer to stay home, especially as you get older. When you're younger, you want to go out everywhere and do anything, but when you get older, you would just want to stay home and relax and rest and just watch TV and just be left alone. I managed to get Max out last night there was a person lying face down in the grass. Face down. It's probably one of those homeless people in the tents. Now, this happened to me in Gloucestershire. There was somebody lying on the pavement, and I went up to him, and he sprang up and frightened the life out of me. I don't get myself into dangerous situations. Those people on the field, they're homeless. They've obviously got addictions, and they need help, and they've got nowhere to live, so they're living on the field. Right? Somebody should help them. It's not my responsibility. It's not the public's responsibility. You know, why are they on the field in that situation in the first place? This is the state of the United Kingdom. It's like in London. There's people in tents sleeping on the floor. We all want to help, but you know, some of these people are quite violent, and you go up to them and what the fuck you want? And I'm just keeping myself to myself. It's not that I don't care. I do care about these people. They shouldn't be sleeping outside in the rough, should they? So I walked past. So basically, there was someone from the flats, same block as flats as me, blonde woman, walking up the road the same time that I walk my dog. And she's got a pug dog. And Max started yapping and barking. For some reason, he just doesn't like blonde women. It's a weird thing. I don't know if he's been mistreated by a woman or a blonde woman, but he kicks off, whether it's the pug dog he doesn't like, so he started yapping. And I don't like people staring at me, so I walked Max over the road and stayed out of the way and let this lady walk onto the field. She walked round the corner near the Mercedes-Benz building, and that's when I noticed the person, I don't know whether it was a man or woman, face down in the grass near the Mercedes-Benz building. And I walked past, and your conscience pricks at you, but I've got to be careful of my safety. As I was walking towards the Mercedes-Benz building further down, a chap came out. The door was open. And he looked, and then he shut the door. And that's when I noticed orange peel on the floor. Just some orange peel. Walked past it, went all the way round, and I just came back home. It does seem to be that someone is deliberately trying to make me angry. Now, the guy upstairs at that time was in the evening, and I told you that when I go out in the evening, it seems worse. He had parked his car outside that disabled lady's flat. She's a lovely lady. She's disabled. She wears a wig, and he parked outside there. And I wasn't angry. I just get fed up. I'm tired of all this nonsense. We've had car alarms going off, ear piercing and hurting my jaw just before last weekend. Piercing car alarms. This is all after my son said to these two women, these two social workers, don't ring my mum, like loud noises and that hurt my mum's face. So we've just been getting all these loud piercing noises and people being deliberately rude to myself, and I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just acting normal. I ain't a mad cow. I just get upset when people are nasty to me, and I don't like cruelty. And people will pick on that, That's why I didn't go up to that homeless person, because it could have been a setup. It could have been a trick. And I'm kind-hearted, and I can't invite homeless into my flat, can I? It's the council's property. It's not mine. So when I came back there was noise. There was noise coming from next door. This goes on. It was going on this morning. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're doing by my wall. It's just annoying. You're trying to do something. You've got banging up against the living room kitchen wall. I would have done a video about 8:20, but it's a bit later now, and all I could hear was while I'm trying to do a video. So when I came back from the field, his car upstairs was parked at a space away from my window. There was a bald-headed black man on a balcony with someone else who was black in skin colour. So there was a black bald-headed man on the balcony staring with another black person as I was coming down the road into my flat. I came into my flats and there had been noise before I'd gone out. They tried to rile me up before I go outside and walk my dog, make me cross. My mother has a receding hairline. My mum, I wouldn't say she's completely bald. She isn't. She's grey-haired with a receding hairline. Some women do have receding hairlines. It's not just my mother. There's poor women out there suffering with cancer that wear wigs. We don't know what someone looks like. Somebody could be walking around with false teeth. They look nice and white, but they're dentures. How do you know? How do you know if you don't meet someone face to face? They presume too much. This is my real hair. My name is Crystal. My mother's name is Jennifer. They just want to show. They want me to be cross. I've been going into live streams on TikTok. I've been doing my own live stream. And it's very, very hard to do a live stream if you're worried about what you look like. It's tough. It's hard. The trolls are harsh. They make grown men cry. I've seen grown men crying. So immediately, before I went out and I did a live stream, and Mad Cow came into the live stream. Mad Cow, whilst he was upstairs, Mad Cow came into the live stream. I've also met some nice people. Don't get me wrong. I've made friends with 2 people already. There's somebody I recognise from years ago. People are remembering me from years ago when I lived at my old address, because I do balloon videos. But immediately, Mad Cow comes into the live stream, Mad Cow, and of course he's up there, and I'm getting all riled up, you know, and I don't want to get cross on a live stream. They're being noisy next door, banging while I'm trying to speak to people. And I'm aware of the neighbours, you know what I mean? So I did a quick live stream before I went outside. And when I came back, I thought, that's it. I'm not doing any more live streams. I'll just get on with things. So the noise next door was unbearable. They're a black family and they were running up and down, banging against my wall. And it was horrible. My doctor is a black man. He's called Reg. And when I went to see him, he left me in the doctor's surgery room for about 5 or 10 minutes with his phone. Wouldn't you take your phone with you? I've been left in doctors' rooms with scissors and needles, knowing that I am suffering with a mental health illness of depression and anxiety. I've been left in rooms with sharp scissors and needles. Most of my doctors have been black or Asian. I don't really often get a white doctor. Not for years. Normally it's a black woman, a big, large black woman, female doctor that I get. One of my doctors, Dr. Chatterjee, was charged with sexual assault on women. Asian doctor called Dr. Chatterjee. He was in the newspapers, for the local newspapers, for molesting women in the doctor's surgery. Another doctor, Dr. Ali, was also charged with, I think, touching up women in the doctor's surgery, something to that effect. I don't know where these doctors come from. I just keep myself safe. When I go into a doctor's consultation room, I make sure I'm fully clothed. I mean, I've had a male dentist. Just got to be careful. That's it. The world isn't a safe place at the moment, and it hasn't been since I was a kid, to be fair. So yeah, they all start trying to make noise and rub me up the wrong way. I haven't been to see my mother Jennifer for a couple of months. She's quite happy on her own. She doesn't want me up there. She is my mother. My father Derek's dead and has been for over 3 years. It's nice to see the Royal Mail postman with his long curly hair like my father, but my father is dead. Jennifer is my mother. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1859, the first weekly instalment of Charles Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities was published. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. It's 9:11 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Wednesday, the 30th of April.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
Currently, in Rochester it's 13 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect hazy sunshine, with a high of 23 degrees and a low of 8 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired.
And Alexa, who was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 30th of April include Gal Gadot, Ana de Armas, Travis Scott, Bon Iver, and Kirsten Dunst.
Right, guys, so you have to understand me. A lot of people that are gang stalked, the neighbours try and make your life a misery, and it's not only me. I've gone on to TikTok, I've seen other people being gang stalked by neighbours. Now this morning, at the same time that I did a live stream yesterday morning, the neighbours were noisy. They were, noisy. When you're doing a live stream, it's off-putting when you're getting up against the wall. I can't explain it. The microphone on my phone doesn't pick it up. But it's like they're listening through the walls. Or they're going through my YouTube, knowing what times I do things, and then start being a nuisance, if you know what I mean. It's annoying. They get the dogs to bark, so I can't, I've got to shout. And I'm not a loud person, I don't like shouting. So I don't know what's going on, but this has been going on since my dad was alive. He's now dead. My father used to treat me like a bag of shit. He used to drop me off at the flats, and it would be near somebody with a dog, and then the dog would start barking as I was walking into the flat, and I would feel shit. My mum used to give me like a week's worth of food in bags, and she said, well, you don't need to go out, do you, for a while? Because she knows what's going to happen after going to visit my mother. That's what all the bags of food were for, so I didn't have to go out. She knows what's going on, but she won't tell me. She says she cares about me, and if she cared about me, she'd tell me what was going on. She'd tell me the truth. I'm not a bad person at all. What's been done has been done to myself, and I've been defending myself against child molesters. And the one that's making out that they're frail and, you know what I mean, has been protecting child molesters. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Get more from your smart speaker by linking to your Global Player account. You'll then be able to catch up on your favourite shows on your smart speaker. Just say, ask Global Player to link my account.
In lay-bys.
And leave it on street corners. We have to pay for our garden waste again, the borough in which I live. Adam, look after yourself. Next time you go up the tip. Peter, you'll be the next caller on this. And coming up after the news, we're off to Australia, where a woman is accused of killing her dinner guests with a poisonous beef Wellington. Stay tuned for that. It's 9:15 LBC News headlines. Thomas Watts.
The Environment Secretary has defended the government's net zero policies after criticism from Sir Tony Blair. Fly tippers could face up to 5 years in jail as part of a potential change in the law. And Donald Trump's been celebrating his first 100 days back in the White House with a campaign-style rally. LBC weather, dry and sunny for most, a high of 26 degrees.
LBC Travel, I'm Joanne Webb. Delays on the M3 northbound up to Junction 3 at Lightwater, and that's because a car's broken down and one lane is closed. Very busy on the A13 going westbound to Canning Town. It was after an accident, quite some time, only one lane was open, but everything's open now, but it's still slow back past the North Circular Road. In Perivale on the A40 eastbound, one lane stays closed outside the Hoover building for the ongoing works, and it's an L-slow all the way back to Hillingdon. In Hillingdon, Grosvenor Crescent's had to be closed in both directions, and that's all down to an accident. On the trains, there are delays of about an hour on southeastern services westbound from Margate to Faversham, and there are severe delays on the Waterloo and City Line.
This is LBC.
Please keep your personal belongings with you at all times. Except for that IKEA sofa you just purchased from the new...
I can't be doing with all these adverts, they piss me off. The adverts that advertise lovely, great new teeth, and then, you know, you can't afford them, or they're advertising pure cheap cremations. You know, I just, adverts piss me off, they really do. And you'll get a celebrity like Carol Vorderman. Carol Vorderman must be in her 60s. Advertising fucking cremation services. Are they that desperate for money? I mean, seriously. I mean, you wake up in the morning, and as you get older, you know you're one step closer towards the fucking grave anyway. And you don't want to hear about bloody people being cremated and fucking, oh yeah, you could have given me teeth when I was 13, so, you know, fuck off. I don't want to be reminded of teeth, you know? And then they make fun of me, calling me an orc, and the fucking cheap dentist when I was 13 years old could have fixed my fucking teeth. And why didn't they? That's the question. See you later.